to one and all. Welcome back to another session of Science at Your Tips. Today let us learn our 8th class science, one of the lesson, that is metals and non-metals. Okay, so in this lesson we are going to learn uses, properties, and these metals and non-metals when they are mixed, which we are calling it as alloys. What is the composition, what is the use of these all alloys, that also we are going to learn. So let us start the lesson. First of all, let us discuss what is a pure substance is. A pure substance is nothing but it is a material in which all similar type of particles are present. So here we have some examples like gold, water, hydrogen gas, oxygen gas. Like that we can take. Why we are calling these all as pure substances? Why we are calling them as pure substances? Because they contain their own atoms. It's not a mixture of other atoms. So here if you observe gold containing only gold atoms. Okay, same like that water will contain only water molecules. Hydrogen gas will contain only hydrogen elements. That is nothing but hydrogen molecules. Okay, like that different types of elements, different types of compounds, they will possess their own properties. Different properties will be there for them. Based on the properties whatever they have, we'll be using that for different purposes. Okay, so here this is about pure substances. Now let us see what is the classification of the elements. Actually till today we are having 118 elements. If you know about modern periodic table, in this modern periodic table we are having 118 elements. So these all elements can be classified based on their properties. Okay, now different types of classifications we have. In that, one of the classification is metals and non-metals. The elements whichever possess metallic properties are classified as metals. Whichever don't have the metallic properties, that can be classified as non-metals. But few elements we have here which are known as metalloids or semi-metals. They will have both the properties of metals and also non-metals. Okay, so this is a classification of elements. One of the classification, that too. So now let us see one by one what are these all metals. First of all, let us see how they can be extracted, because they are not available in their pure form. Okay, so one by one we'll see that. These metals are very abundant. They are available more in the earth crust, not in the atmosphere. They are abundant in the earth crust. And we have here one metal, that is aluminium. This is the most abundant metal we have. Next comes our very useful metal we have. Without this we can't imagine our life, that is iron. This is a second abundant metal. Then we have these metals, whatever are there, these all. We have some of the metals like highly reactive metals. Some of them are there which are somewhat low reactive. Whichever are very highly reactive, every time they are available in the form of compounds only. We have here some examples: sodium, potassium, aluminium, zinc. They are all available in the form of compounds. And few are there metals which are less reactive. like we have gold, silver, platinum. These all are available in their elemental form, which we are also calling it as native form. And these all compounds, whatever are there, they are available for us in the nature. We are going to extract these metals from there. Now coming to non-metals. These are non-metals if you observe. They are also available in the form of free state and also in the form of compound form. Now let us see here some examples we have, like oxygen and nitrogen. They are not only these, so many are there, just examples. Oxygen and nitrogen gases are present in the free state. Not only in free state, oxygen and nitrogen are available even in the form of compounds also. So oxygen is available in the form of oxides, nitrogen is available in the form of nitrates, nitrites, nitrites. Okay. Examples I am saying here, these are all the different types of the compounds of oxygen and also nitrogen. And some of them we can see in pure form like sulfur. This is available in the form of pure form. And even it is also available in the form of compounds like sulfates, sulfides, sulfites, sulfuric acid, like that. Now, here we have few more examples like carbon. It is available in the form of diamond, graphite, Buckminster fullerene, also called as buckyball, fullerene. And even carbon is available in the form of compounds also, like carbon dioxide, carbonates, bicarbonates, in these all forms. So on the whole we can say metals are available in the form of native form and also compound form. Non-metals are also available in the form of pure form, that is native form, and also in the form of compounds. Now let us see what is meant by mineral. Mineral is nothing but it is the inorganic substances. It is an inorganic substance which occurs naturally, and we are going to get this deep under the earth crust. It is a compound of the metal which is available for us under the earth crust. And we have one more word, we are using ore. What is this ore? Many different types of minerals are there. In these all minerals, some of them are there from which we can extract the metal profitably without getting any economical loss. We are able to extract the metal from that particular mineral. It can be called as ore. Okay. So let us see some examples for these ores also. Like we have here bauxite, Al2O3 2H2O. There is a formula for bauxite ore, and from that bauxite ore aluminium can be extracted. You know already that aluminium is somewhat highly reactive. So that is why compulsory it is available in the form of its compounds. Mostly it is available in the form of oxides. That is bauxite, Al2O3 is aluminum oxide, along with that 2 water molecules present on each compound. One more example also we'll see, iron, second abundant metal. This is extracted from hematite ore. Not only hematite, even from magnetite ore also it is extracted. Hematite and also magnetite, these are the ores of iron. Not only that, we have still iron pyrites. From that also iron can be extracted. Next, let us see one more term which we use here in this lesson is metallurgy. What is this metallurgy? As we have seen, metals and non-metals both are available in the free form and even in the form of compounds. So when you want to extract this metal, what we have to do is, first of all we have to get the ore where it is, and as we are getting that in the earth crust, many different types of impurities are there that should be removed first. Then we have to extract the metal. Then again some more impurities may be there that also should be removed. So on the whole here we have 3 steps. All these 3 steps together we can call it as metallurgy. The sequence of processes used for extracting the metal in its pure form from its ore. So it will have 3 steps involved in metallurgy. What are the 3 steps? First one, concentration of ore. Concentration of ore. Why we are calling this step as concentration of ore? Because we are improving the concentration of ore, reducing the concentration of impurities. Impurities are removed. So removal of impurities from the ore can be called as concentration of ore. One more name also we have here, that is dressing of ore. And even we can say purification of ore also. Second step we have, that is extracting the metal. When you are extracting the metal, mostly we will be using one step here, that is called as reduction. Reduction we will do for the oxide type of the metal compounds. These can be treated with some suitable chemicals like carbon, coke. We say that as coke also. Otherwise, we can take carbon monoxide or highly reactive metals. So, by using these all steps, we will extract the metal. That is our second step. Third step, if you observe, that is refining of metal or purification of the metal. Along with the metal, some metallic compound, whichever is unable to convert into metal, that may be there. And even in the first step also, just we have whatever the process we have used, in that process some of the impurities may be left over along with the ore. So that also will be removed here. Okay. So this is the introduction part of our metals and non-metals. In our next session, we are going to see some of the physical properties of the metals and also non-metals.